Yo, 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 to the yo, 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 let's go, go, go. Phew, we made it. Hi, everybody. Crypto charts and chat with Beauty tonight. I done a kind of a quick tweet out earlier as price came and slipped underneath that trend line of ours. And I said, uh, the algorithms and the bots will take advantage. And I just said, as always, right? I'm not trying to say what direction it will be in because there is a certain amount of weight. And what can happen, of course, is that when there'll be enough weight, and then, of course, the trade will fall apart, right? But we know that everyone is looking and clamoring for, and they're still shopping for discounts, and they got a little bit of a discount. And now look at the trade right now. So I thought I'd best go ahead and power up to go live because I could have maybe done it when we were putting the tweet together. And then I thought, no, there's a couple things that I want to check out and do and so forth and so on. So that's what I did. But I thought, 1168. I think just a moment ago, right before I powered up, we were at 11,897. And I thought, I don't want to miss out on it getting so close to 12,000 without kind of analyzing a little bit more about where the price is and where the vacuum is and what the possibilities are for the trade going into the Tuesday night hour. And then, of course, just to have a heads up now, we have tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday in the traditional markets without Bitcoin. Bitcoin will go live for the traditional legacy market Sunday. So, we're coming into these delicate kind of, moments, interesting, fascinating moments in the history of Bitcoin. So really, to do the right thing and to just have it be archived, for yours. I don't think that we should be particular at this moment in time as to, who's better qualified to bring what's happening with price, right? There's enough pundits and talking heads and all of that are out there. And if I can, power up to go live and show you tick by tick, then that's what I'll do for a couple of hours and, still work out all the little details that I have to work out, being a broadcaster, if you'll say, or indulge me, here on YouTube. Okay, so let me do my little bit of admin work here and make sure that we are indeed live. So go over to YouTube. We are live. We'll take a copy. And I'll be quiet for just to the count of 10. And okay, and we're good enough over at YouTube. And I'll say welcome to the chat. And we'll get a little bit of a share out there because I still have my, this is when you want to kind of preserve your reach a little bit. Go ahead and get your tags in on your share and clean up your share a little bit. And let's see if they pick it up. So we have Bitcoin. Actually, I do need to add Bitcoin in there. Pardon me. Should have erased it, and I shouldn't have done that because it's called Crypto Charts and Chat. Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Forum, Bitcoin Charting, cryptocurrencies. Go ahead and we'll take the CME, we'll take that bit out, those hashtags. Go ahead and take those out. And I think what I'll do is I'll throw in the I think it's called Electroneum, I believe. And then, of course, EOS got a lot of talk today, and IOTA got a lot of talk today. So if we get to those names, I will go ahead and put them in the hashtag when we share over at Twitter. So I've done that. And we'll go over to Twitter to make sure. And let's get the Nightbot going. Start off with the rules for Ruby. Here we go. And the signals. Go. And all you, which will give us the other Nightbot commands. And there we go. I'll pick up the one that's got the emoji, make sure that that's queuing up. Okie dokes. All right, so that does it. And then I'll talk a little bit about these placards that I learned from another broadcaster today, something that I can do with the trader rules. So I think maybe we'll work on that. You'll notice, though, over at the home page that I did put up my banner, and I think it looks pretty fun. I'm pretty happy with it. And we'll go ahead and pop out the chat right now so I don't lose it. And so if you go over to the YouTube, you'll notice that the banner on my page is showcasing how much is a Bitcoin worth. So let me remind you to head over to howmuchisabitcoinworth.com and let me know, give me some feedback as to, what you think about it, and so that I can get back to the builder. And I love it, but I think that his work is just absolute genius. So what I've done is that I took the banner space, which is, in a way, it's kind of an odd piece of real estate on your homepage. And it's always bothered me, and I've never done a very good job of it. I've gone back and forth on Canva, trying to figure out, what it is that I want to put there. And the closest that I came was actually a collage that you'll see, where I have a couple of portraits of myself, I have a couple of charts, I have, of course, the foodie stuff, and some interior design. And I was trying to, in this, little space, to show or represent all the things that I'm interested in. And I was doing this because I was getting a little bit of pressure, and it just would look good for a couple minutes, and then I was like, but there's so many people that, like, what I really like doing is I love supporting other people and then connecting those dots. That's really what I love doing. Promoting myself, and I just don't do a very good job of it. I'm not a very good communicator, but I love supporting and using the tools in order to support others. And I thought, I want to be just true to what that's all about for me. And so I decided, well, let me figure out what the spacing is and how many lines you can get and what looks kind of fun. And I didn't want anything that was too flowery or, mushy or anything like that. So the banner space is available to advertisers, right? Now, this is pro bono for Mubs. We're just seeing how this works, but I want to encourage other YouTubers, use your real estate, use the real estate that's available to you, because when else are you going to do it, And so I do know that I have 3 lines, and I think the black with the one color and all that works. And there's still a little bit of white space, but, if you have on the right-hand side, if you have and if you're using all of your links, that takes up a little bit of space there. So just to make it very uncomplicated, and any advertiser could give me those 3 lines, and then, boom, it's done. Not a big deal, just like that. Title, location of the .com, and the 3rd line of whatever you wanted to say. So I'm really happy with it. I think it's kind of fun. So that's over at my homepage. And like I said, give me an idea. Any feedback that you have, place it in the chat tonight or in the comment section as a replay. You're speaking of the comment section. It seems as though the little bit of feedback that I'm getting in archiving the comment section, taking it to G Plus and grabbing the link, I heard from a couple of people that they can't, the link is unavailable to them. And I'm not too sure why. So I have to sort that out. I want to definitely figure out what's going on with that so we don't miss out on getting the links and all that kind of fun stuff that can happen from the chat. Okay, so we're all cool over at YouTube. And I have my chat popped out. And that works out pretty well. And I'll be quiet for 10 seconds. Okay. All right, the trade is at $11,875. And so I'm just going to keep a really close eye on that. And I do have a beta chart too that I might put it up so that we can see where we're at with the RSI and what's happening when we're up at these prints and what the potential is up at these prints. I do know that we were getting readings that there was still action up above, but it was countered with this tendency of weakness and heaviness that was coming from, the all-time high. And we just weren't getting anything. It was this slow, as you can even see in the chart here. And why don't I go ahead and grab the 15 minutes so maybe you can get a bigger view here. You know that I talked about this wick, right? And this wick actually went out to the 4-hour. So if you wanted to look at a 4-hour bar, you'll even see that all this activity that led from this wick created a doji. And that's just, of course it was doji, doji, doji. Do you see that here? Doji, right? Look at here, doji, and then that little tiny doji right there. So this is why you have to be on high alert when you're getting this sorts of reaction to the trend line, because it's getting and gearing up, right? It's run out of steam and it's getting and gearing up to do something else. Now the 8 did support, 8 supported, and then we had a couple of candles where people tried to short. That was fail. The buyers came back in. Buyers get exhausted, sellers come in. So it just a rinse and repeat. When we came down here, however, this is you could call it a fake out. And that's why I put caution in both directions, because it really could have gone in either direction. That's the 15-minute. Let me move the axis down a little bit so that you can see that what we're doing, or what we're trying to do, is fill in this area. And on trend, that means that we take it from here, and on trend at a 45-degree angle, we're at 12.05374. And that's why we are going live now, because that is going to cause a lot of yip yap on the internet if that happens. Okay, and we're 14 minutes in. I do not have my banner. I don't have my subscribe banner. I needed to do that. What should I do? I could put us on dark and grab it and put it up. See how bad? I'm so bad at this. No wonder. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Let me put the Hangout on no screen share. So let me do that for just a moment while I grab the banner. And what had happened today was that I actually cleaned up my desktop and I put the banner, I think, in the OBS folder. Let me see if it's over there. And it is, no, I need the one that has the arrow that goes in the other direction. So that would be here. Let's see if I can find it because it's the white background. And oof. Who else has image management issues? Anybody? I open up an untitled folder almost every month, and then from there I curate and put the images in proper folders. But if I have to clean up my desktop in a pinch, what I do is that I will put everything in an untitled folder, like a brand new untitled folder if I have to clean up the entire desktop. Okay, so there's the MUBs. And where is the banner? Sorry that you guys have to be mad at myself. Let me do some cleanup here. Let me get the CryptoKitty artwork over to the needlepoint file. And that will give me maybe a little bit of room. So let's see. And I know you guys are enjoying this. I could just grab it from the Canva. Let me do that. I'm wondering if that's what I did to begin with. Could have just done it that way. But in the Canva, I'm thinking that maybe that's what I did. No. This fun? Okay, fortunately, price is at $11,876 while I mess around with this. Custom. Open. Is it over here? You guys don't know where I'm messing around. It's over at canva.com. If you don't have a canva.com, definitely need to head over there. It's been a lot of fun for me to work on my Canva. And there it is right there. Okay, so what I need to do is I'm going to take another copy. Sorry. I probably got 8 of these copies somewhere. And get rid of all that. And then now bring the chart down and open this up nice and big. Honestly. Don't lose anything. Okay. We do screen share and application window. And in the application window, what would be cool is if I could manage the application window a little bit better. And that would be, okay, since you guys are always patient with me, let me go ahead and open up the chart as well. And that way it's a tab, and then let's see what the application does for screen share. If it gives me both windows, then I have risen to greatness. And it does. It's a full-blown window of both. Now, it does mean that I still have to put you guys in dark, but that is pretty clever. Okay, so I'm going to share, subscribe, and hide that, present to everyone. I've blown your eyes out, I'm sorry. Let's see that it picks that up. There we go. All right, so I'm supposed to show this to you within the first 3 minutes or so. Also, in the first 3 minutes, I am supposed to give you enough value that I can even introduce the thought of having you subscribe to the channel. If you're brand new and you're like, oh my God, why didn't I know? Why did I not know? She should have added a hashtag called why didn't I know? Or a hashtag called make money with beauty. That would have been good. And but if you just somehow stumbled and you're out on YouTube and you're going through the Bitcoin Live, um, and or Crypto Live, then you'll be able to pick up my work, because I go live when I feel like going live. So there's really no schedule. You just have to catch me, when you can, and that's why it's a good idea to be subscribed and then hit the notification bell to be notified. There's no guarantee, and of course it's not a track and trade situation, because your notification may not get to you for 15 minutes, 24, 27 minutes, something like that. There's just simply no guarantee whatsoever. So that's a little funky, but you can do your best. I do my best, and we can somehow meet in the middle and just subscribe to the channel. I try to do videos daily, and I have some areas on the internet, some social channels. Most of them I've played around with, but the 4 that are mentioned here, there's like the Instagram, I'm not really active. Well, I'm not active there. I've had the account now forever, but I'm being thoughtful about what maybe I should put over there. Of course, on Twitter, I'm very active on the Twitter, and I threaten retirement every once in a while. But there's just a tremendous amount of social proof over there, where you can look at my charts and just do a simple search. And a lot of times I'll say the word chart, or I'll say the hashtag Ruby Crossbot, as you can notice here. And the Beauty Blog Spot, the Beauty Bubble Blog Spot, and of course the Granddaddy ChartCheckConnect.wordpress.com. So those are the areas of the internet where I'm active. And of course, there are now over 500 videos that cover a range of topics. But there is a playlist that deals with the charts and money and my financial outreach, and that sort of thing. Okay, and so that would be wonderful if you were to decide to subscribe. I know that it's a busy life out there, and but any suggestions that you can give me, I'm open. The chat is actually kind of cool. We take the real-time chat and we make a copy of it, put it over on G+, and then deliver a link for the full chat inside of the comment section, so that you don't miss out on any, um, any links, for example, that I might put in the live chat. Okay, so then what I do is, we know about that. Then I can stop this screen share, but open the chart screen share, present to everyone, and that was easy as all out, as long as you guys are actually seeing the chart. So there you go. I could have had, I don't have to have tab and tab and tab. I can have probably maybe 3 of these or so I can do my trader rules, maybe. You guys want that? Instead of going over to the Nightbot, putting the trader rules in. So that is pretty cool. Okay. And then let's see what else is out over there on Twitter. We'll go over to Twitter. Make sure that I'm checking my tweet deck. Oh, let's see. And Kyle's SoundCloud is up. So let me grab this copy and if you're not following Kyle Torpy, definitely do that. And his SoundCloud is up for the day. I know that he had some technical difficulties, but no worries. He'll get back tomorrow. He will have sorted all of that out, but that will get you started. Okay, and then let's go ahead and run over to, we'll close the Twitter down. Don't really need that. And then let me check and see how the beta chart is doing. So yeah, sure enough, I mean, we had some readings, as I had said earlier, some readings that was actually the top and the weighted would come down. But now, of course, we are at double top area. So either we will start to lose a little bit of steam, we'll come back down. The only problem here is that we are registering where the Bollinger has flared at the bottom. And if that flaring out continues, we got a decent right shoulder actually with the EMAs. So the move actually still has the potential to actually have Bollinger flare up and continue to go up. However, it would be a move, as I had said, for a lot of people on Twitter to start yip yapping about. So we got on the 15-minute, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decent candles of rise after a pinch, and the pinch was a 1, 2, 3 15-minute candle sell-off, a little bit of buying, 4, 5, 6 candles of selling to be countered with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in our 7th bar now, very early on, however, 12 minutes, 45 seconds left in this bar. So it's situated after the pinch where the bands have expanded to allow for price to move above. But what it's doing is that it's registering the highs from the prior, and we did get Elliott's Roman numeral lowercase 5, Arabic 5, Roman numeral uppercase 5, and Roman numeral uppercase 3. These are all Elliott levels, and I talk about these in the rules about which one of these matter and what they are if you wanted to do some research on Elliott, because it is on the beta chart. Now what I can do, if you'd like for me to, is why don't I move the beta chart into its own tab, and then, and by doing that, that was automatic. Automatic systematic, but let me go back over to the screen share just to see. Hold on just a moment. So now I have 3 windows that are up. I go to application window and I have all 3 that are up. Oh, except for, I really don't. The other window is now the other window has now become the Hangout. So I need to bring that one down. Okay, and then what happened to Ruby? Ruby is here. What happens when I do that? I just go back and forth between tabs. And that's not helping me out at all. Share my screen. Oof. Share my screen. Go. Okay, share my screen, cancel. Share my screen and cancel. Okay, so all the screens are canceled. I have my subscribe. Let's try this again, guys. I was doing so well with just the two windows. Application window, I have my subscribe window. I have Ruby, but now we have lost the beta chart. Now, if I use the tabs, okay, there we go. I think that solved it. And then we use the tab, and sure enough, we're cool. And we can share that. It didn't do that very seamlessly, though. I don't know about that. I'm crazy about that. But anyway, this is what we're showcasing. And as you'll notice, what I was doing is after this pinch right here, I was counting the number of candles of the sell-off. And of course, we put the tweet out that there was a lot of weight, right? And that we weren't too sure what direction that the algorithms and the bots would pick up on. They picked up to go long. So they're still very interested in this price. The problem is, and I just want to talk about the level of, how can I say this without putting anybody down? There's such anticipation. There is such, and this is beyond, I'm telling you, okay? Our product is $11,898 a coin. So this is not about FOMO. This is about free market participants, people that want to be involved in the trade. And anything like this, these are individuals. This is not about putting risk on. This is about finding themselves situated in the trade after what they would consider a discount. So each one of these bars, people considered a discount until price came to match up with the prior highs. And now it's like, okay, what do we do? Well, Bollinger is telling us that there's still actually some room. So the risk takers might decide, well, that's, if we want in, and if there's money to get in, if they're market participants, it's 8 minutes to 9 o'clock New York time. I already explained about that there aren't very many days left, but if you want to be in the Coinbase pair at a time in history that does not involve the futures market over at CME, CBOE, Interactive Brokers, if you want to be part of that free market strategy over at Coinbase, then you really have to start making those decisions. Now, are they going to be timed entries? Yeah, that's possible. Pick up a little bit on Tuesday night. We'll pick up a little bit on Wednesday night. But you definitely need to be watching the early morning money flow from 4:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. It really depends. We give it a little bit of room, not so much on the 4:30 side, but we give it a little bit of room depending. We'll allow for news and earnings and numbers to come out. So that's why that time of day is a little expanded for us. And so we could see, the bands continue to flare up and price will continue to go up. But we know that the 243, which is right here, is about to threaten, this is the 55 base, by the way, this dotted line right there. Okay, or this hash line right there, road line right there. And so another thing that can happen is that, and the 243 will help us see this actually and live, is that it'll hit the 55 and it'll literally roll over, and that will allow for price. It gives price an area to go to come down and rest there. So the bullish scenario is that we had the left shoulder, a little bit of an apex, which took us actually to these lows over here, the right shoulder pullback, which is pretty dramatic in comparison to the price, the right shoulder pullback, and then the spring forward, which is what we are in right now. It's just a matter of whether or not the EMAs can push all the way through that and then continue to carry us up to the 80 base right now as it stands. This is a progressive 80 base, so it can go higher or lower, is $12,196 right now. So, but just so that you know, on the beta chart, this is the progressive RSI plotted on price. So this changes. It's a little different than it being a fixed RSI down below in the area of the traditional charts. Okay, so for Ruby, and then let's make sure that we're picking up the Ruby tab. Let's go on over here and make sure that you guys are seeing that. There you are. Okay, excellent. It's just the same thing. You guys have seen us draw the lines. You know the channel, you know the triangle, you know why price is kind of wedged in here. We talked about all of the dynamics that go in there. You know about the doji and how the doji carried on and actually built and developed into a more decent doji for those that follow the bigger time frames. And you always want to do that. Go back and forth between the time frames to see whether or not you're getting a configuration or what's called price structure. You'll hear a lot of that in the forums, but you're getting a configuration that's matching up with your smaller time frame narrative and thesis, because having the bigger time frame, obviously bigger wheels and and you can make more fuller, robust decisions, stay in trades a little bit longer, have your thesis that's a little bit more expanded. I will give you a little dose of warning, and I probably should make this trader rule number 4. When you are in these forums and you follow the big sticks, the people that talk louder, the people that put you down, the people that tell you to shut up, and everybody knows the big sticks in the rooms. When they are talking about a time frame, and you should always ask them what time frame, and they're showcasing a weekly or a monthly chart, and then they're talking to you about their trades and that they're in and that they're out, they are trading in depth of market on the 1 minute. So they're giving you this global view of the market, but yet they're opportunistic traders, they're quick traders, they're getting in, they're getting out, they're scalping, but they're talking to you as though they're actually, longer players, and they're not. So always make sure that you know the time frame in which these traders are sharing with you. I don't necessarily agree with this whole track and trade strategy. It's been popularized. People are getting paid for track and trades. I think it's very dangerous because by the time you track and by the time you trade their trade, the trade's over. So, just follow really good people and know the time frames, know their charts, and that will really probably help you. And I'll make a nice little trader rule number 5 about the track and trade. And here we are at $11,977. And isn't it a good decision that we made to go live? I really should have probably done this tick by tick, but I had all this other stuff I wanted to talk about too, which were the show cards, the subscriber card, talking about the header on the YouTube channel. Okay, so let's see how we're doing on the YouTube channel. And let's see where we're at on that. Okay, that all looks good. And I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. It looks good. And I've got both of the tabs for both of the charts as long as things hold up. And let's go to the main YouTube page and see if we're competing with anyone. And of course, and then let's look up crypto. And we'll go crypto live and make sure that we are registering over at, and we are. We outside of the ad for Simple FX, we are number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for crypto live. Let's see what happens if I go Bitcoin live. And then I'll know whether or not it's picking up on the title or is it picking up on the description. If I go Bitcoin live, ooh, dudes, we are down. We are so far down, but if you go crypto live, we're right there. Okay, so mind blown. We cannot, in the title, not put the word Bitcoin. We can't do that, or else we're going to get buried. If we do crypto live, we're number 4. And that's a great position to be in, too, by the way. Yeah, we're number 4, which means crypto, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, but it's not picking up on the label. Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we just change it on the fly and see what happens? If you guys don't mind, let me go back into my event and let us change and edit the title, which I think we can do. And we are going to say crypto charts and chat with charts and chat with charts and chat, crypto charts and chat. Where am I going to get the Bitcoin in there? You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to rebrand right here with Bitcoin Beauty. That's what I am going to say. Save the changes. And view on the watch page. And change the name. And it's probably going to take a little bit for the name to change. And there we go. We have changed the name. I just don't know how it's going to look out there on Twitter. Crypto charts and chat with Bitcoin Beauty. So let's go back over to YouTube. And it has not changed it yet there. And go Bitcoin. And go filter. And go live. Bitcoin live. Bitcoin live. So it's not going to pick it up just yet. But anyway, we did what we could. Crypto live, though. Crypto live. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Yep. Okay. Go back. And we're all good. Okay, the trade's at 11,954, up a little bit over 2%. And I think what I'll do is let me go ahead and go into the beta chart, because the beta chart we can go ahead and do the 1 minute. Do a little bit of tick by tick stuff. We'll open up the chart nice and big so you guys can actually see not only the sideways dojis that are coming in, but also the full bars. Make sure that you've got your TweetDeck up and going. And it's very helpful for us to see where there are problems with liquidations and so forth. Of course, it's over at BitMEX, but it doesn't matter. Until the legacy markets come in big time, we can rely on the exchanges to all kind of, share each other's dips and moves and stagnations, and even patterns sometimes can be very identical. The trade's at $11,970, coming off of its high of 11,978, which was achieved in that bar right there. It's a seller's bar, actually, after it fought off 11,978 right here. And there's some things that we do have to forego with the 1 minute beta that I won't talk about. Yes, we are up at the 80 base. You'll see the 80 base is right there. 11,986 is the 80 base, which means that if we come up to relative strength in the beta, we can coil, the 80 base can move up, which means there's still an area left to go upward. Notice this, the bands, this is fantastic. All the prices above the median. So this is all very strong. You do have a little bit of weight against the trade with the EMAs. The 243 though, right here, to catch anything, the worst of it would be 11,833. We have the lower band up $30 above that. So we'd be doing good, 11,974. So we'll keep it on the beta chart for a little bit if you guys want to. Let me come on over to YouTube. And that's what we'll do. We'll just do tick by tick for another little bit. We've been streaming for 46 minutes. And we'll make sure that everything is kind of working. Go back over to the Nightbot, and then I'll do is I'll grab the trader rules. Logging into the Nightbot. Going over to the timers. And we'll do the trader rules in the way that we've been doing them thus far. Trader rule number 1. Who can tell me trader rule number 1? I just don't have these. Trader rule number 1 is remain alert, eat well, always hydrate. Trader rule number 2. Trader rule number 2. Never disclose your position size or your contract size, ever. Trader rule number 3. What I'm going to do, let me edit this one right now. The edit is maintain your privacy above all cost. Remember, you are a trader to use the internet, not to be used by internet trolls. Let's say used by the internet, such as internet trolls. There we go. It's up and submit. Okay, this is trader rule number 3. I wanted to kind of keep these all one line, so I might have to reword that one. Trader rule number 3. Maintain your privacy above all cost. Remember, you are a trader. I need to figure out, is it above all cost or costs? I think it's cost. Remember, you are I must get really nervous at about this time. Remember, you are a trader to use the internet, not to be used by the internet, such as internet trolls. Maintain your privacy above all. I know everybody wants to get along. Everybody wants to share everything. But man, oh man, what I know, you know, you don't want to get on the subway with what I know. So maintain your privacy. It is just a good thing to do for yourself. It comes from Mother Goose herself. Trader rule number 4, when hearing the woes of others, be on high alert. And I'm going to say this too, when you hear the woes of a corporation and you're not talking to the CEO, the CTO, or the CFO directly, I don't want to listen to some, other representative. I really don't. especially a representative that one day they're a contractor and the other day they're an employee, and then the other day they haven't even submitted their timesheet, et cetera, et cetera. No. When you're hearing the woes of others, unless it is the CEO, the CFO, the CTO, please let it go. Be on high alert. Just be on high alert. And you don't have to step in and ask tough questions. You'll get it, Be patient with it because you'll figure it out. Because eventually you're going to figure it out. But in between that time, there are Bitcoins lost to cons every day. So be on high alert. And we are hearing all sorts of wacky stuff, people that are hacking themselves. Like that's a big one that's on YouTube now. Talk about that drama. People that are being accused by their audiences for hacking themselves. And the thing about this is that when you are hearing the woes of others, oh, I got hacked. Be on high alert. Because the next thing is that Bitcoins are going to be lost to cons every day. Every day. So, trader rule number 4. I like that one too, because there's a lot that we can talk about because something crazy is always happening. And then the other one, because I only have 4 trader rules right now, and I thought, what was the other? Trader rule number 5? Now I have to go back and listen. What was trader rule number 5 going to be now? Oh, that makes me mad. Oh, the track and trade. That's right. Okay, I use most social channels, as you could see by the placard that told you all the different places that I go. I'm not a Pulitzer Prize winner. I'm not going to win a Peabody Award. I've never been able to address a crowd to save my life. But I use most social media channels because they interest me. I think it's fantastic, actually. So check up in the upper right-hand banner. On the right-hand side, you'll see all of the other channels that you can be lifted off of YouTube and go and see and do. And I'll get interested in one, and then I'll drop them off. And then I have a couple that are just if this, then, and that strategies. From if I go live on YouTube, then it lifts it up and it takes it over there. I'm on Medium, and I sandbox some things over there. In fact, I have more things I have in draft form over at Medium than I have in, I'm an official publisher, I'm going to publish this out. I actually draft and openly work on things in draft form over on Medium. And that's just to kind of just get things kind of off top of mind and trying to figure things out, why certain things are happening. And I try to follow the grease. There's there's a lot of grease, and I kind of try and follow that. So every once in a while, I'll go over to Medium and talk about these things. But I've also done some cool things over at Medium that I'm pretty proud of. And then get plugged in. As I said before, hit the notifier bell if you want to, take a chance with it. It's not perfect, but at least it's something. All right, so the trader rule number 5, and I'll put this in trader rule number 5 is going to deal with the track and trade. Okay. What do I want to say about this? Okay. Trading forums that share ideas will often not disclose the time frames between thesis and execution. Be very cautious with taking any track and trade advice. There we go. Trader rule number 5. I did it. Okay, then let me go over to the Nightbot and can I add another one? I can add trader rule number 5. Okay, so I'm going to add, and social links. The name is going to be called trader rule number 5, right? Trader rule number 5. That's the name. And the message is going to be trader rule number 5. And this message here. We'll keep working on the messages. I mean, they're not working right now, so it bothers me. But and then the interval every 15 minutes, and this one I'll do every 5 minutes. And go submit. And then go to, that one didn't work out. Trader rule, submit. Cut off the T. Okay, there's trader rule number 5. Make a copy. And we'll duplicate it. Go. And who knows, maybe by submitting a new trader rule, we can get the timers to work. That would be great if I solved it by enabling those home timers. I have the timers, they're all enabled, they're not disabled. The text is working fine. Okay, then we do have some issues with the commands, and this is one command. Still testing. Okay, however, the double leg is not working, I don't think. Give that a try. This will be, is the double leg working? Oh, it is. So see what I mean? It's like we're getting all you, Bitcoin, Fibonacci rules, signals, Ruby crossbot. Oh, how about this one? Is this one working? / green heart. Did we try that one before? Did we? No, we did not. Okay, let's do that one. Goes through the whole spectrum. Okay, everything is working. It's all firing. The only thing that's not are the timed posts. So all the commands are working. Okay. All right, we'll X out of that. Come back over to Hangout. Everything's working pretty well, and price is now nudging. Now we've gone into sideways doji. We always want to make sure that the axis where we're picking up on the countdown timer, even though it's in the 1 minute, so that we know that we're still getting good registration from TradingView. Because if things get a little crazy, TradingView can really get choked up and we will lose the feed over there. Keep an eye on that. So we're in the tick by tick. And looks like we're doing pretty well here. Okay. Go back over to YouTube and see whether or not the search is working now. Okay. Live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, it is doing it now. We're way, way down though. We're super, super way down. Crypto charts and chat with Bitcoin Beauty. So we're way down. However, on the crypto side, this probably has to do with the fact that we've done maybe more videos. So there's a little bit more. We're number 3 now. After the ad, 1, 2, and number 3. The thing that's I'm not crazy about this is because we took out the word Bitcoin in the hashtag so that it wouldn't look frumpy on the Twitter side. So it doesn't really read very nice. It doesn't read very nicely actually. Do you see that it goes live without the word Bitcoin in there? It doesn't read very well. So now the basket of hashtags needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Because it makes it look like we're not focused on Bitcoin. I know what it says in the title, but it doesn't read very well when you're out there because people might not be thinking Bitcoin Beauty. It's more like a name of a person, you know, persona. Okay. The notifications. I like you too, Sticker Mule. You're so fun. Do not think. I love Sticker Mule. You know what I need to do? I need to do an advert for the Sticker Mule. They are so, so fun. Look at their banner. Just letting you know. We like Sticker Mule. I do all the stickers for everybody. So this isn't, I'm going to do, this is not, ooh, here we go. Here we go. Boom, boom. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Wow. 12,091. 12,094 was the high there. I don't know if you guys could see how the 80 migrated. Did you notice that? Look at that gorgeous, the EMA crosses for the beta. Oh my goodness. It always looks so much more dramatic, but still we just went right through 12,000 without even looking back. 12,054, 12,091, 12,100. Watch that 80 base migrate as we were working on this beta chart. Watch the 80 migrate. It actually helps you very much in isolating why the RSI. You can't be on a fixed RSI. We have to make it a little bit more modern than that, or else people will they'll hit the 80 base and then they'll stop, not knowing that there's still more action up above. 12,100. 12,100. Thank you very much for being here with me and to the replay viewers. We have reached 12,000 and now we are at 12,100. $100, up 3.26%, right at 22 minutes after 9 o'clock on the East Coast of the United States. So we had talked about, did people want to come in and take the risk? And we're running out of time. That's what it is. If you want to be made part of this trade and you're not going to be made part of the legacy market, then you have to figure out how you're going to get in. And they probably looked, there was a little bit of a discount today. And so let's see what we're going to do with this $12,060. Just absolutely gorgeous. Let me take a copy of the chart and toss it out over to Twitter, if you guys don't mind, if I can do that. Can I do that and still show the chart? Not really too sure. Hold on just a moment. Let's see if I can do that. I can X out of that. Maybe I can. Let's go here. Oh, yeah. Well, sunshine of my mind. And then I'll shoot the Twitter over there too. I mean the video. Sorry guys that you're having to see all that, but it doesn't matter. Then I go over here to Twitter. Okay, what happened to my picture? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Looking at too many things. $12,087. $12,087. 12,087 will go into auction mode. Do we have 12,090? 12,090. 12,090. We are now coming and straddling through the channel, that original channel. Okay, do you see that? We've just taken up, price has just taken this out. This pattern from down below here, it's taken it out. It's registering all that wildness over to the left-hand side. And we are about, if we do go, that it was 11,891, we've gone beyond that. 11,869, we've gone beyond that. We're trading at 12,087. We're just now seeing whether or not we can cross over. Can we cross over? We'll look at it on the 1 minute. So the tick by tick chart, and you can kind of see, and this is why the closer in traders, why they call for pennants and triangles and that sort of thing. And they kind of look at this to see whether or not, okay, this is the pole. Do we have a flag? Do we have a pennant? Can we then push up? Because this whole pattern here can allow for that to happen. We know why price comes back inside of Bollinger. Price does not like to be outside of Bollinger, and it can be on the 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 month. It does not like to stay outside of Bollinger. So we come outside of Bollinger with a little bit, sell off, comes back inside Bollinger. Bollinger expands, as you can see, and that expansion we discussed earlier, where the kind of the wings, or I wish John would explain to me what he really calls it, but the blooming, I used to call it the blooming of Bollinger, opens up, it expands up to allow for price. Now that's why you have to look at what's happening down below, because obviously if this was flaring to the downside to the 243, then that's the full spectrum of risk. It's coming out of Bollinger, comes back down. Median is a risk, a spectrum of risk. So is the lower part of the Bollinger, and then clearly coming back to the 243. The trade is at $12,099 per coin. $12,099 per coin. Okay, let's go filter and see where we're at on Twitter and YouTube. So crypto live, where are we? Crypto and live. Let me do it again. And we are number 3. Thank you very much, YouTube. That's really fun. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, so that's how it's done. We thought maybe we would get a move. None of us can, truly know, but we're trading at 12,100. I don't know how strong this is because it is nudging against this 80 base. If what will happen is that this will be the first ledge, okay, of 4 or 5 ledges up. This will be the first ledge of 4 to 5 ledges up. So let's see if things went to stay in accordance with my plan. That would be good. All right. Pretty cool though, right? You guys enjoying it, I guess. Hope so. So here we have another power push up. Now we're trading at $12,161. We might see some slowing at about 4.25% to the upside. Of course, the crypto alerts are now crazy. We're hitting the 12,000. They've missed that. We're up now another $164. Okay, so I think that we can just let this thing, brew, right? Just a little bit. And anything that I can answer, etc., I certainly will. And thank you very much to those viewers that are just out there that are watching. I'm not too sure that my watching now number is correct, but if you come back in as a replay viewer, what you just experienced is a little bit of history. It's not just a little bit of history, it's a lot of history that Bitcoin, our Bitcoin, okay, listen to me, our Bitcoin, the trade that we have been in for a very, very long time, the trade that we have nurtured and endured and become bloodied and bludgeoned over under many, many hardships, relationships made and lost, and marriages made and lost, and babies born, and houses built, and lives created. And today all it was about how many people have been able to change their lives financially. And just congratulations. I was a weeping mess at 5,000. I don't have the same, I'm definitely chilling right now, okay? Meaning I have goosebumps, I'm fully chilled, my body is like a tingling mess right now. But at 5,000, really, I just collapsed into tears because it was so long in coming, We knew it was there, it was just so long in coming. And so the $12,000 mark, now it's really time that, that we really tighten ourselves and we become really, really good at this trade and good stewards of this trade, good curators, and we know how to cull and prune and share. And, I wish that I could, with a magic wand, tell the men that are in this trade, to stop being their troll selves, really and truly. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And I wish that I could just, with a magic wand, just let them know that they need to really just clean it up. They've made a filthy mess out of things, and they've made filthy messes out of really, really great people, cool people, fun people. That's not right. So at 12,000, the trade has slipped off a little bit now, but it's still great. And, gosh, please see the responsibility in this. Don't just come onto these forums and act like a douche. Just don't do that. Nobody needs that anymore. Go back to your World of Warcraft, or your whatever it's called. Go back to that life, and do that. I'm telling you, come Sunday night, you are going to, as I have often said, the trade will show you up. The trade will show you who you are. And after Sunday night, for the rest until this trade, until the end of man, okay, or this trade implodes on itself, you will be shown who you really are. So it's a man in the mirror moment. It really, really is. And I don't know who I'm going to be reaching with this, but please start to be good stewards of this. Please be good to yourself. Be kind to others, and everyone has heard this from me. There's never any, I don't isolate these thoughts that I have about this. If we can't do it with Bitcoin, when are we going to do it? And I just can't imagine that we're in, 2018, 2 years away from 2020, that we're still going to be messing with each other because it's the internet. Read one of my rules about being on the internet and knock it off. This can be good and fun and right and just and perfect. Okay, that's the future of this. That's what it can do for all of us. It can cure everything. And the fact that you want to put people down and use foul language and scream at people and ban people and mute people because you think it's funny or fun or whatever, I am pleading with you to stop it. The second thing, I am pleading with you, if you are not the CEO, CTO, CFO, or if you are not a licensed professional in your field of expertise, get off the effing mic. Get off the mic when you are representing these companies. Please stop it. People being threatened, okay? That's going to cause a lot of problems. Stop doing that. We don't need another handcuff. We don't need someone, we don't need people threatening each other. Okay, we really don't. And I've been hearing about certain people that are coming back into forums that I really care about, and I'm going to talk about more of that later on, about who are the good guys here and who are really creeps of the internet. They prey, they're opportunistic, they prey on other people. And we can stop that with Bitcoin. This is something different. This is something that we've never seen before. Never, ever. It's genius. Let us have the chance to be that too. Okay? So we'll just watch it tick by tick. You can see that we're skipping off of the median now, but the trade is still up. Thank you very much. And we have been streaming for an hour. And so I'm not really too sure how much longer we should stay on. I'd like to see that we go back to the 12,000 area just to kind of secure that print. I think that would be really good, rather than the buyer's print and the seller's. And then let's see if there's some other risk takers that want to come in to bring it back to 12,000. So let's see about that. And then what I'll do is I will put the mic on mute on the Hangout for a moment. Thank you.